Hello, it is Monday and it is a new weekly reading vlog. A new week and almost a new TBR! I have one more book left to read for this month's TBR. It is Old Flames and New Fortunes. I'm going to try and read as much as I can of this tonight. Sorry, I've got hiccups. And hopefully I can get this finished by the end of tomorrow. Do you know what? It looks thick, which is, it actually is thicker than the book I've just finished. And the book I just finished was 401 pages. I'm just going to leave the hiccups in. And this is 359 pages. So it's like 42 pages shorter, oh my god. It's 42 pages shorter than the book I've just finished. Although that did take me several days because of other things. So yes, I have one book left on the TBR. 2 days to read it. I'm hoping at least to get to page 217 and start part 2 of this book. But we shall see. It's been a while since I've read a Sarah Hogle book, and I am scared that I'll have gone off her writing. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's been staring at me. This is one where I was on the hype when it was released, and then just as it, sat, it sort of lost the hype. So we'll see how that goes. I always hate this time of the month as well because I'm so looking forward to starting in on my new TBR that I just want it to be like April. I'm losing time here. But the same with this. I am now just I don't want to read this because it's my March TBR and I want to read my April TBR. I'm no longer excited for it, but that's just silly. I'm sure once I get reading, I'll be fine. If I don't lose these hiccups soon, I'm going to lose my head though. I don't know if it's this week or next week, but I will be seeing the hairdresser soon to get this sorted out. I am hoping to maybe just look at that. I want to go back to the side part, but I think I'll try no fringe. Just grow out the fringe. So we'll see how that does. But the fringe is getting a little bit long. Anyway, I'm going to go finish watching this video, which had me thinking for a second that something was happening to me because she was speaking in English and then switched to Spanish. And I was doing something on my phone and I was like, wait a minute, is she... And I was like, what? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? And then I heard it again and I was like, oh no, she's speaking Spanish. Okay, that makes sense. So she had been speaking English, switched to Spanish, and then switched back to English. And for some reason, my brain just didn't pick up on that. Probably because I was scrolling on my phone. And, my brain just was like, wait a minute, something's different. Anyway, I'm going to go before these hiccups just take over. Hello, I have been doing some reading, as you do, when you're doing a reading vlog, funnily enough. And I have gotten to 68 pages through this book, which is about here. And honestly, I think I'm gonna DNF this. I've opened it to different bits. I just don't care. It's reminding me a lot of the Hex one. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one where she accidentally curses her ex-boyfriend with a Bath and Body Works candle, and then he comes back to renew the town's ley lines, and it all goes wrong because she cursed him. It's kind of given that, the main character is... I don't know if magic is real in this or not. I genuinely can't tell if this is magic is real, or they just think they're witches thing. I would like a little more clarity on that. Like I say, I'm only 68 pages in, but I feel like we should have more clarity on that by now. And the love interest is basically being really, like, he's like, oh, so you actually believe that you're a witch? And she's like, I am a witch. Like, all the Tempest women are. And he's like, that's a red flag right there. That, like, They dated, like, this is a second chance romance because they dated when they were teenagers and then broke up when he went to college, and then haven't seen each other since. Now, sometimes I don't particularly like. Right, here's the thing. I can be a bit iffy with second chance romances when they've broken up and it's that sort of thing. Now, I do believe there can be good reasons for a breakup and why you get back together. Happy Place by Emily Henry is a good example of that. The circumstances why they broke up made sense, and then the work they did on themselves and the conversations that they had, to me, made sense that, okay, yes, this hasn't, like, broken them completely, but in this as well, like, they were teenagers, they were, like, 18 and going to college, like, you're dumb at that age, like, you're totally different people. This is 11 years later, you're totally different people, but he's been a bit of an asshat. She's been really, not that she's been vague, not the character, but the book is from her point of view, and everything just is so vague. It's supposed to be like a fake dating thing, but it's really poorly executed so far. It's reminding me of that other book that I didn't really like. At this point, I'm just getting to the point where I'm like skim reading it because I don't care. There's so many interesting things that could be in this, and I'm like, is this going to be a trilogy? Because the prophetic dream that our gran had, which again I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know if it's actually real or not, magic. But the dream that she had is that all three of the sisters would find their one true love in the same year. So is this going to be a trilogy? As far as I'm aware, there have been no other books released, but I might be wrong because I am not up on news releases as much as I would like to be. But yeah, I think I'm going to DNF this. I think I think witches are not my, or no, I don't like when I like witch stuff, I like darker witch stuff, and that is by a tiny little degree. So we're talking The Magicians, we're talking A Discovery of Witches, like, and this is very much hedge witchy, like lovey-dovey in human nature, which there's nothing wrong with. I'm just trying to, it's lighter, like it's that lighter sort of like witchcraft where there's no stakes. I like witchcraft with stakes. Like, I like witchcraft when it's involved in stakes, not just as a part of. Although in saying that, no, there are stakes in that. There's a series like something about a witch is going to fake date a demon. I like that, but again, I feel like there's just a different twist in it, and there's more paranormal things in that world. Whereas this is like humans and witches, and obviously it's not a well-known thing, or maybe it is because the Tempest girls seem to be like, yeah, sure, they're witches, and like other people seem to be like, yeah, sure, they're witches, and then this guy comes along and he's like, what do you mean you believe you're a witch? So I don't know. It's not giving me any joy. In fact, it's just making me feel like I really don't. It's making me feel slumpy. So unfortunately, I'm going to DNF All Flames and No Fortunes, and yeah, I might just watch. What time is it? Oh, it's 9:30. I was going to say I might just watch an episode of Grace, but that's like 45 minutes. I'm going to take me to 10:15, and I kind of just want to go to bed. I'm so tired. I think that's me done with reading. I've read like 13 or 14 books. I can't remember. That's enough for this month. Maybe I'll just take like a little break. There's something that keeps jabbing me in the arm, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like, I think I've got, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna probably just finish watching YouTube, and then see how I get on. I've just come home taking Gala to the vets, and he has no idea I'm even home. He has no idea. He's just sleeping peacefully. You can see him breathing. You can if I'm not shaking. Oh, that's so funny. Hamish. Hamish. Oh, I'm just going to leave him and go put Gala up in a... Oh, twitchies. Up in a run. Hello. Oh my god, I'm a mess. Yes, I have just come back from taking Gala to the vet. Why does Gala need a vet, you ask? Or, you know, more commonly, is she okay? She's totally fine. Well, she's not totally fine. She's totally fine in regards to, like, I'll explain. So, a few days ago, Kay noticed she had, like, a black nostril. And Kay had her dead. Like, Kay has a little bit of, like, health anxiety issues, especially when it comes to the animals. And I was like, it's probably just dirt. Because she spends half her day with her face in the dirt. And so, like, Kay was Googling, and like I said, Kay had her, like, with bird flu and everything. I Googled it, and I was like, it's probably dirt. It's probably mucus and dirt. So, Kay went out to look at her again, and she was like, yeah, okay, it looks like a little mucus plug in her nose. So she went out with, like, some warm water and a cloth, and just, like, gave it a gentle wipe, and it came right off, and a wee mucus thing came out. So, sorted. But she was still a wee bit like, you know when you've got, like, a snotty nose? Kind of a bit like that. So I was like, right, we'll keep an eye on her, see how it goes. It might just be that now that's cleared out, she's got a chance to clear it. She was still eating, drinking, laying, doing all her normal things. And then today I get a message from Kay when I wake up saying, Gala's in the bathroom. Like, right. She's like, I tried to give her some broccoli because they really like broccoli. And it was like she couldn't get a hold of it with her mouth. Like, she was, like, pecking at it, but she couldn't actually eat it. So I was like, right, okay. So I phoned the vet, and they booked her an appointment for 10:15. I took her to the vet. She complained loudly the entire time. I put a blanket over her, so she was quiet after a little while, but, like, see, you could hear her complaining. It was so bad. She's so loud. So I took her to the vet. Went in, and the vet let her out to just kind of run about. She was just honestly just standing, like, looking at stuff around the vet. She kept jumping up onto the windowsill. I was like, stop. She never knocked anything over, though. Like, there was stuff on the windowsill, and she did not knock a thing over. But she just, I think she was trying to get out. So she was like, yes, there's a clear space, but birds don't understand windows. So the vet was checking her out. She was like, yeah, that poop looks healthy. That looks fine. She lay in. Yep. She explained the whole broccoli thing. She was right, okay. Told her about the mucus, and she said, did you just wipe it? Oh, yeah. And she was like, okay, fab. So she weighed her and everything. 2 kilos? She's up to 2 kilos! She's chunky! She's a chunky bird. When we got them, they were, like, not even a kilo. They were so skinny. But she's 2 kilos. That's amazing. That's like the top end of average, which is amazing. She doesn't have anybody to fight for food now, so no, they, had to fight because they always had excess food at the end of it. Anyway, she's 2 kilos, which is great. And yeah, she had a look at her. She was happy that, she looked fine. She checked her lungs once she stopped clucking at her. And she was like, yeah, there's a little bit of, like, a noise in there. She was like, but there's no crackling. The crackling's the bad thing. She was like, but she does sound mucusy. Like, snotty, basically. I was like, okay. And then she was like, can you hold her so I can look in her mouth? I was like, yeah, sure. So I held her, and she opened it, like, we normally, like, open our mouth like this, like, really daintily, and she just went, what? Like, what? No wonder chickens can eat, like, a lot. They can open their mouths massive. Like, those things can open their mouths. Anyway, so she had her mouth, like, right, like, all the way open. And she was looking, she's like, yeah, there's mucus. She was like, wait a minute. And so she went through, got a cotton bud, and was like, she had this cotton bud, and she opened her mouth again, and she went like that in her mouth, and brought it out, and there was gunk on it. And she was like, yeah, that's a plaque. And I was like, okay. And she was like, basically she's got a canker in her mouth. Or she's got the start of a canker in her mouth. So she's got some plaque on the roof of her mouth. So basically, if you imagine the roof of your mouth, imagine there was, like, kind of like plaque that you'd get on your teeth, like a solid-ish, like, hard bit on it. So it's not like, it's like a hard infection sort of. Anyway, so yeah, she said it was a canker, which they normally catch off pigeons, because pigeons have it. Although she doesn't have access to pigeons, but we do have pigeons in the area, so she thinks it's just that, because she doesn't get out, she stays in her run. She stays inside her, she's got like 6 metre by 3 metre by 2 metre run. And then obviously her coop's inside of that, and she stays in that, and there's a cover over 2/3 of it. But obviously you can't, like, the little birds can get through the holes, and like you can't keep them in a sterile environment. You just can't. So obviously somehow the bug that causes it has gotten through. So we've got medication for her twice a day. She take it 10 days and she'll be fine. She said it's really just starting. It's just because it's on the roof of her mouth, it's like causing mucus to come out her nose. Usually these, like, a lot of the times they can start like on the tongue. It is like a sore, like an ulcer. But because they've got hard palates, because obviously they've got beaks, they've got to get, it's a harder thing than we would get like an ulcer on your tongue. That's why she's struggling to eat, because it's sore. But we'll get her the medication. She said she'd clear it quite quickly. She said she had another chicken in a wee while ago with one that had completely closed her esophagus and she couldn't breathe or eat, so they had to unfortunately put that one to sleep. But yeah, she should be easily recoverable from just some medication and sorted. Yeah, I love her vet so much. Honestly, I love her. She was asking about Hamish as well, because she was saying like she would love chickens again, but her dogs, she has 2 styles, and she was like, they would absolutely terrorise them. And I was like, well, we've got a terrier. She was like, yeah, no, Hamish. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, you go near the chicken one. And he was like, yeah, I'm just going to go back inside. I don't care. She loves Hamish. Like, everybody there loves Hamish. So she was asking about Hamish, and I was talking about like coming in and get his teeth cleaned, because I like to keep his teeth on top of his teeth, because he has 1 kidney, as you all probably know. So he had to have a kidney removed when he was 4. He turned 5 in the doggy ICU. But the staff there were great. They were amazing at the Dick Vet. And so we had to have a kidney out when he was 4. Because of that, we like to keep on top of like everything. So like before he goes under general anaesthetic, they always check his bloods, his kidneys, stuff like that. We always keep on top of, he doesn't eat for 1 meal, and we're like, vet, which is how they figured out he had the tumour on his spleen so quickly. They also removed his spleen. That vet removed his spleen, not the one we saw, but like that vet practice. And I would we like to keep on top of his teeth, because if you have really bad gingivitis and plaque and stuff like that, even in humans, in any animal that has teeth and kidneys, if you have like really bad teeth, really bad, like, not bad as in like crooked, so like you have your crooked teeth, don't think you need to get braces, she says, after having had Invisalign. But if you have like bad plaque and bad like build up and stuff like that, and it has to be like bad, it can get, because it's under your gum, it can get into your bloodstream and it can affect your kidneys. So he only has 1 kidney, and so we try and make sure he gets his teeth done. But he also, because he's been under anaesthetic so often, you have to try and reduce how much he's under anaesthetic, and they have to go under anaesthetic to get their teeth done. So it's like a balance of the anaesthetic and the teeth cleaning. So she thinks he should be okay any time now for teeth cleaning after having the spleen out. So we need to get him in to get his teeth done. I don't think they need done, but like when we're brushing them, we can get the outsides, but we can't get the insides. He won't tolerate it. So like it's always good to get in with the proper cleaning stuff. And touch wood, he has all his teeth. That is a fact. He currently has all his teeth. And so far, we have been on top of them enough that we're good. I'm so scared. The day he has to get any teeth out, I'm going to be a mess. I worked as a dental nurse for a wee while, and I hate teeth removal. I hate the aftercare. Not that he'll be able to gurgle salt water or anything, but I'm just terrified of him having to get teeth out. So we try and keep enough of them. But yes, I'm going to go and decompress. I finished my TBR for the month, so I think I'm going to relax and catch up on YouTube, maybe watch an episode of Grey's. I might start my TBR for next month. I don't know why I've got this hard and fast rule of like it has to be in this month. I could also finish my wrap up. I could also film my wrap up because I'm finished reading. But That depends on how much of a state I look. And, you know, we're not doing great. I had to put my hair... Well, I didn't have to. Ow. I put my hair in a clip to wrestle a chicken. So, I hate trying to, like, when I'm trying to do stuff, my hair's ruffy, like, in my way. So, yeah, my hair's looking great. I could film. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hello, it's Wednesday, and I am up to here with people today. One post... one post on Threads has me spiraling, and I'm just, I can't with people. I can't with people today. Someone posted on Threads, and they were like, am I the only one that is just sick of book bragging? Like, talking about how she's on a Facebook page for books, and how somebody had posted in the thing, the wrap up, with a photo of the books that they read that month, and they read 10 books. Now, maybe she's jealous. Her words, not mine. But, you know, she read 3 books in March. And she's proud of that. And, like, when did book reading become such a competitive sport? Babe. Mine bitch here. I hate this. I hate this. This pisses me off so much, as if you couldn't tell right now. I'm sick to the back teeth of these people. I'm up to here with these people that have such a chip on their shoulder that they are like, oh, all these people that read so many books, they're making reading competitive. No, because I don't sit on my wrap up and go, I read 13 books, losers. How many did you read? 5? Loser. 6? Loser. 1? Oh my god, why do you even bother? Like, oh, I just go, oh my god, I read these books. Here's what I think about these books. Here's my review, blah, blah, blah. Nobody, not a person who is reading loads of books a month, and I'm not, and yes, I feel like this is the thing, I still feel like I need to disclaim it. 10, 13, 15, 20 plus books a month is a lot of books to read. Like, nobody's saying it's not a lot of books, but we're not the ones sitting here going, you're all losers for reading less. You're the ones that are saying, oh, why'd you make me, like, why are these people always reading so many books? It's like they think it's competitive. I don't care. When I choose my yearly reading goal, I don't care. I just think 100 is a nice round number. I like the number 100. It is a very round number. 120. Sometimes even better because it's 10 books per month. I like the evenness of it. I have issues when it comes to evenness of numbers. Like, I'm that person that has specific numbers on the radio that I will turn it up to. Right? I am Delulu with my radio. So my lucky numbers are 3, 7, 9, 21. Okay? There's a connection with all of them. 3, I just really like the number, and 13. So 3, 7, 9, 13, 21. My lucky numbers, right? 3, sorry. Don't know why, I just really like it. 7, again, don't know why, I just really like it. 9 is 3 times 3. 21 is 3 times 7. 2 of my lucky numbers together. And 13, I just always really like the number 13. Now, this is how weird I am. I will put, the radio has to be on an even number, or one of my lucky numbers, not 7 or 3 though, because those are just too low. If I'm listening to Taylor Swift, I'll put it on 13. Like, if there's Taylor Swift is on the radio, I'll put it to 13. Otherwise, it's on 21 because I like blasting music in the car. Like, I have this thing with numbers. So, like, 120, like, I would have to put my reading goal number at, like, 52 is a good number, because that is 1 a week. 100, good number, nice round number, but it's uneven through the months. So 120 is a nice number because it's even through the month. You know what I mean? I am not thinking about Barbara down the road, who, like, I'm wanting to outdo her because she can only read 6 books in a month. Like, nobody's doing that. The only person I'm competing with, if I am competing, is with myself. That is my business. This is my business. This is your business. I am here. Unfortunately, you are also here. Get back there. I can't with people. I can't. Sorry, this is just really, the reason I took a break off of YouTube last year, the reason I don't post on Instagram, the reason I don't want to engage with a lot of bookish, like, social media, is because of people like this. Sorry, I'm so angry. I'm going full George III. It's because of people like this. I feel ashamed for reading romance. I felt ashamed for reading smut. I felt ashamed for reading young adult when I am older than a certain age. I can't remember when, but, like, now I don't care, so I've, like, totally forgotten about that. I feel I felt ashamed for reading too many books, for reading not enough books, for not reading the right kind of books, for not reading the most popular books, for only reading the most popular book. You can't win. You cannot win. Can we just stop this nonsense? Stop this discourse? Again, my business, your business. Stay in here. Stay in your lane, stay in your own business, and stop judging people for what they're reading. Like, yeah, if they're reading like Mein Kampf and spouting off some of the bullshit that's in there, fine, fair enough. Whatever. Like, yes, okay, we can be judgy within reading because, like, there are certain themes and stuff like that people like. Yeah, people will be people. But generally speaking, what I am reading, how I am reading, oh, and don't even get me started on audiobooks being real books, I will fight you. Physically. On the street. Stop judging people by how much they're reading. High or low. How they're reading. Ebook, audiobook, physical book, libraries, buying their own books. Stop judging people for stupid shit that is none of your business. What is your business is what is in your house. What you are reading. What you are doing. Not what my library looks like upstairs. Not what I am reading. Not how I am reading it. I do not care how you are doing stuff. Just act like a mature person and not give, like, just leave people alone. Leave people alone. Don't yuck their yum. Do what makes you happy. All that bullshit. Like, bullshit. It's not bullshit, but like, I'm annoyed, so the swearing comes out. Just let people live. Like, we are in a current state of affairs where my petrol station, the Tesco petrol station that I go to, currently has nothing in it. There's no diesel, there's no petrol. I have a third of a tank left to do me until we can maybe get diesel again. And then at what price, I don't know, because some idiot has decided to invade Iran. Or attack Iran, at least. And they've shot the main sourcing thing. We've got, countries slaughtering each other just for funsies, apparently. We've got women and children losing their and queer people losing their rights left, right and centre. We've got people being killed on the street for daring to say maybe you shouldn't abuse the system. And yet, your biggest problem, Barbara, is that I read 13 books this month. Please, just please, get out. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't breathe the same air as me. I don't care. If you are so up your own ass about the fact that I am reading 13 books a month, I wish I had as little problems as you. Because right now, my problems include things like, paying my bills, my mortgage, my job, the fact that there's a pile of washing over there. Like, the fact that my chicken is ill. She's fine. She's got antibiotics. I think we covered this yesterday. Like, the safety of my fat. Like, I have bigger problems in life. The world has bigger problems than what other people are reading and how much they are reading. Like, be so fucking for real. So fucking for real right now. If that is your biggest problem, your life must be perfect. I don't even know, once I'm editing this, if this rant will be in the video. But frankly, if you are so bothered about what other people are reading, one, get off my channel. At the end of the day, get off it. Like, do I have prejudices and thoughts and opinions about what other people read because I find other authors problematic? Yes. Yes, I do. But I'm not going to come online and be like, everybody who does this is awful. If that is the kind of person you are, if you're going to be so pressed about the fact that people are reading a lot of books or certain genres or certain methods like audiobooks and stuff like that, if you're that bothered about it, get off my channel, go outside and get a grip. That's all I'm going to say about it. Now, reading wise, I've decided, I can't remember if I told you, that I'm going to start City of Bones as my first book of the month of April. I'm also going to read Unbound, I got it right, by Peyton Curran. These are my two reads. I was going to start this yesterday, but I ended up just binge watching Grey's. I have not told you. Yeah, I ended up binge watching Grey's yesterday. I'm now on the last season. I only have 8 hours, or just under 8 hours of Grey's Anatomy to watch, unless they do another episode, in which case, obviously, that will increase. But yes, something happened, and I am not okay. I was traumatised. I messaged my mom, and I was like, this happened, and I'm traumatised. So now I have to keep watching. But yeah, so I watched a lot of Grey's yesterday. I dreamt about Grey's yesterday. Last night, even. And I need to remember to get the dressings out of my bag. The nurse is shot over Easter weekend, so Friday, Monday, they're shot. So I need to do my own dressings on Friday, Monday, funnily enough. But yes, I'm gonna go like woosah myself into a calm state. Maybe send another rant to the girls on the group chat. But yeah, like I say, this is my business. This is your business. I'm here. You need to stay over here. Do not come in here. You're not welcome here. Stay over here. Okay? Okay. Hello, it's later on what day is it? Wednesday. I keep thinking it's Tuesday because I was off work yesterday. To take the chicken to the vet. I need to charge my watch. I've already voice noted this to 2 people. I've already voice noted Becca and I've already voice noted Tori. I have started my reread of City of Bones. I'm 70 pages in. And I just want to talk about something that will be potential spoilers for, it's just one specific, like, just a line that is a connection between 2 series. And I just want to quickly talk about it. So, while I need to hold the book open, so I can't even do I'll try and remember and put Ed and Andy, please put a spoiler mark here for when we're going to talk spoilers. So, like I say, I'm 70 pages in. So we're only just getting into it. We're on chapter 5. And I've just, as this is a reread, I've just noticed a connection with another one of the series. So this is the Mortal Instruments, and there's another trilogy called The Infernal Devices. So that's like the Clockwork ones, Clockwork Prince, Princess, Angel. I don't know what order they go in, but those are the titles. Which is my favourite series. I go between that and the chain ones because I do love them for different reasons. But if you've read that one, you know it's about the main sort of 3 characters are Tessa, Will, and Jem, and the main characters in this are Clary and Jace, and then obviously you've got the other, but like we're focusing currently on Clary and Jace. And if you know, if you've read it, and you understand the connections. But this is a connection I never made before because this is my first reread of this book, so I've never read through and gone back and seen the connection, and I didn't make the connection the first time because it wasn't something that it wasn't something that would have, like, by this point I don't have enough information to make the connection, if that makes sense. I don't know anything, we still don't know anything about the Shadowhunters by this point. We're still as ignorant as Clary about the Shadowhunters, and so I never knew the significance of the scene, and so it then gets echoed in the. I don't know if it's echoed because the Infernal Devices is set during Victorian times, so technically this is echoing that, but that was written second, if that makes sense. I'm just looking at my hair and I'm really enjoying the length, but I'm away, get it cut tomorrow. Amazing. Anywho. Right, so I'm about to talk about it here. I don't think it's particularly spoilers. But if you've not read it and you think it may be spoilers, or to be fair, you might not care, then I suggest you mute me or skip until the spoiler mark is no longer there. Okay? Okay. You have been warned. Step any further forward and you are entering spoiler territory. Now, so Clary has woken up in the Institute after being attacked by a Ravener demon. Ravener. I call it Ravener demon, like ravenous. Anyway, you don't care. So Clary has woken up in the Institute after being attacked by the Ravener demon. She's changed into fresh clothes, has washed herself up, and has gone out of the infirmary and is sort of wandering around the Institute. And she is following a sound that she can hear, which she thinks is wind chimes. And then she realises, she walks into the room where the noise is coming from, and she realises it's a piano, and it's Jace sitting at a grand piano playing. And he's like really absorbed in what he's doing, playing this piano. And the bit that made me go, oh, okay, is this line. She must have made some noise because he twisted around in the stool, blinking in the shadows. Alec, he said, is that you? Now, that seems really insignificant. and you may not know where I'm going with this, but there is an echo scene, or again, I don't know which one would be the echo, but there is a repeated scene that is pretty much exactly like this in one of the Clockwork books, in one of the Infernal Devices, where I believe, again, I've not read them for, like, I've read this one in 2016, it's been a while, and I believe it's Will playing, is it Will playing, it's either Will playing the piano, and Tessa hears him, and he stops and says, Jem, is that you? Or it's Jem playing the violin, and he stops and says, Will, is that you? It's one that I can't remember which way around it is, but it's an echo of that scene where they're looking for, like, they think it's their Parvati, which, if you know Shadowhunters, if you know, if you've read the Shadowhunter Chronicles, you know just how important a Parvati is. You know the story between Jem and Will and Tessa, and how important the relationship between Will and Jem is. And that series is my favourite series. I think, again, I can't just say between you, but I love that with all my heart because of the relationship that those three have. Like, I thought that was done so well. They all loved each other. Like, they would all have died for each other in a heartbeat. They Will, Tessa, Jem, they equally loved each other in so many different ways. And it is so unbelievably beautiful and heartbreaking, at least to me. And I get really upset, like that, it really upset me. While reading it, because, like I say, it's just heartbreaking. It's an absolute tragedy. That book, the story is a tragedy. Like, I feel like a deep and emotional, like, feeling towards that book because of the relationship between the three of them, but, like, Will and Jem. And this line just reminded me of that scene, and it's like a thread connection. I think on reread, what I'm going to find is that Cassie Clare is very good at connecting up her series. I noticed that. Stop spoilers now. I noticed when I read, so I'm reading these to prepare for The Last King of Fairy, which comes out in November. So I'm trying to reread all of the Shadowhunter books so that I've got a better basis on that. And the thing that sort of triggered that need to reread all the books was when I read, I think it's Secrets of Blackthorn Hall. There's 3 books that came up. There's Better in Black, Secrets of Blackthorn Hall, and A Sea Change. Now, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure it was Secrets of Blackthorn Hall that triggered this thought that I need to reread them all. But there are threads throughout that book that make me realise that it's meant to be an arc between the last series and not even just the newest series, like the previous series with the Blackthorns in it to the new series with the Blackthorns in it. I can't remember the one, like the Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, something of Darkness. I don't remember titles. Between that series and the new series, because it's the Blackthorn children. Not only is it meant to be an arc between that, it is also an arc between the past ones. So there's things in it that I recognise are significant for the new series that are in the past series. So I think I said when I reviewed it that I think you need to read that if you're going to continue the series. Like, there's important information in there that will help you make connections. You probably don't. You probably can just read Last King of Fairy without reading the 3 other, like, the new connection ones. But to me, I think she's starting to pull the threads in to connect everything, to tie it off nicely. And this just highlighted to me the start of, or like on the reread, I realised that she has been, like, she from the start has been connecting these threads, or she's been creating these threads for us to follow. And oh, I love it. The 2 voice notes I sent were quite teary, but I feel like the fact that I can see myself has made me a bit more composed. But yeah, if you've read this, let me know if you made that connection. And I'm really annoyed. I'm really annoyed because controversial take, I prefer the casting for the TV series over the casting for the movie, with the asterisks of I genuinely cannot decide who was a better Magnus Bane, because they were both unbelievably excellent and both just as like perfect for the role. But for me, the TV show versions just felt right for the rest of the cast, whereas like watching the old movie, I'm like, I don't know how I feel. Like, I don't like. I don't connect with it as much. I don't know why. I don't know why. However, when I read the description of Chase, who's Chase? I was putting Clary and Jace together. As I read the description of Jace in this book, he definitely looks a lot more like, is it Jamie Dornan? Is that his name? No, that's not him. Jamie, what's his name? The guy that played him in the TV show. The guy that was in Sweeney Todd and has the band. And, yeah, was in Breaking Dawn. Or, I don't know how many. From New Moon onwards as Caius. But he looks visually more like how he's described in the book. But I love Dom, who played him in the TV series. So I'm biased. And they kept his heterochromia, which I love heterochromia. I think it's gorgeous. But yeah, I like Dom more as an actor. Generally speaking, well, yeah, I prefer Dom, so like I'm biased that way. So yeah, I think it's I'm disgruntled that he looks more like the character, more like the actor that plays him in the movie than the TV show. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna call the bondulance. I'm going to stop yapping and actually get back to reading this book, so I can make some more progress. And I'm going to charge my watch and maybe get some Rennies, because I had ibuprofen because my body hurt, and now my stomach hurts. Because I'm not meant to have ibuprofen because it upsets my stomach. And sometimes I take it, and guess what? It upsets my stomach. So, listen to your doctors, kids. Hello, it is me. It is Thursday. It is Thursday. And I have been to the hairdresser, as you can see. It did not go to plan. Not for any, like, buddy's fault or reason. Like, that's not why. Although my hair feels really short now. Like, she took the minimal off it, and it just... You always miss that last, like, millimetre. But yeah, I still have the fringe, unfortunately. We're over the fringe now. However, it is not long enough to get rid of, and it is not... if I'm growing out the fringe, I need to grow out a bit more before I can do anything with it. I can still, like, do this and just, like, push it over to the side, which I might end up doing. But yeah, before I can actually, like, properly change my hairstyle, I need to grow out the fringe. So we're stuck with the ugly duckling phase of hair right now. Like, this annoys me, like, this gap here. Yep, that's attractive. Yeah, the fringe has basically just run its course of it annoys me. Last week, I was loving the fringe. Like, it was the perfect length. It was it was sitting beautifully. But considering I get my hair done every 8 weeks, and for 1 week, I'm like, I like it. We're not doing that anymore. So I just want my hair to be like I might do a middle parting with and try some bangs. I might try like just side parting and just all one let, but like without a fringe. We shall see. Because I'm over this fringe. Reading wise, I read last night. I read 155 pages. So I'm about to start part 2. Oh, you didn't see that. Part 2 of City of Bones. I always want to say City of Glass is the last one, but it's City of Bones because, you know, City of Bones. Yes, so we're about to start part 2. I am going to watch one of my favourite creators. He does historical stuff. It's called Mini Minute Man, and he has done an April Fool's. He always does one every year with one of his friends, an April Fool's video where it's an hour and 14-minute long video called I Found the Lost City of Atlantis. Now, the thing is, he's meant to do an awful archaeology video about Atlantis, and it's been years at this point. Like, he used to have this, it had the spinner wheel, because he has a series called Awful Archaeology, where he talks about, like, very bad takes on archaeology. Like, there's specifically famous things like the Baghdad Battery. They're just so poorly done, and, like, the sort of, like, conspiracy area. So Atlantis was the next one on that wheel, and he's just not done it, and it's really funny. So I'm gonna watch that, and then I'm gonna read this. Hello, it is finally Friday, and I finished the book. I tell you though, I don't think I said anything when I finished reading yesterday, because I think I was upstairs. But I got to chapter 20. Did I get to chapter 23? Here we go. I was on chapter 19, so I had this much left of the book, and I've read all of that today. So I'm now finished my reread of City of Bones. The number of things that I picked up on that I didn't notice the first time. This is why I love reading books, because I pick up things so much better after I already have like a hold on what's going on, like the world and stuff like that. So yes, reread book 1 of 20 something. I don't know. But yes, and first read of the month. It is the 3rd today. Check my watch. It's saying the 4th now, because it's... No wonder I'm in so much pain. I should have had my painkillers 45 minutes ago. Okay, well, I'll take them after I film this, because I'm going to bed. Yeah, I finished book 1 in the first 3 days of the month, technically, because it's quarter to 1. I'm counting it as, the 3rd, because I haven't gone to bed yet. That's attractive. And that, like, normally I'd be like, ooh, but it's 500, but it's 506 pages. It's a chunky book, so it takes a wee bit longer to read. I'm just taking my painkillers and my antihistamines. I'm so dehydrated. I'm going to finish this. My second bottle of water. I'm so dehydrated today, and I feel horrendous. That's where, like, yes, okay, I've not taken my painkillers. Now I have. But a lot of my pain is coming from the fact that I am very dehydrated today, apparently. It makes my joints hurt. I don't know if that's because I'm on medication that can affect my kidneys. So I don't know if my body... I don't know. When I'm dehydrated, my joints hurt. I don't know if everybody else is like that as well. Or if it's just me. But yes, really that's all I'm going to say. Next book I'm going to read is Unbound by Peyton Curran. This is book 3 in this series, although they've changed up the covers for the last 2, for Unbound and Undone, in a way that it's not... Look, the author loves it, she's really happy, so just let her have it, but I would have preferred if they'd stayed the same, but the story's still the same. I've got my feather bookmark in there, if you couldn't tell. The pink's just the colour goes really well with it. Right, I'm going to stop yapping and I'm going to go to bed, because I'm obviously just a wee bit delirious. Hello, I was going to say good morning, but it's not morning, it is afternoon. We're ignoring the hair. I feel and look like death today. You wouldn't imagine I've had nearly 10 hours of sleep with these bags that are going on. Like, damn. I feel like death. I'm not even warmed up because I'm currently sitting under my heat blanket for reasons. I totally forgot today. I just saw a post on Threads being like, UK chronically ill people, are we all feeling horrendous because of the storm? And I was like, I'm paraphrasing. And I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense. I always forget that sharp changes in weather like this, storms, barometric pressure changes, temperature jumps, I always forget they affect my chronic illness. So, yeah, that explains a lot. Every joint in my body hurts. Every joint. Maybe except for the ones in my skull. But, like, every little joint in my fingers and toes, my wrists, anything that moves, my ribs, everything hurts. Everybody's dead, Dave. Do you know what? It's Storm Dave. That's funny. I didn't even think that through. I over-explain it, but every time I start listing off things like, even this, everything hurts, my brain goes, everybody's dead, Dave, which is why I say it out loud, which comes from Red Dwarf. If you've seen Red Dwarf, you'll understand the context, the reference. That's the word. My brain is also not good. Because Dave Lister wakes up from being in cryo, and he thinks it's only been a few years, but it's been like, I don't know if it's like millions, thousands, I can't remember. And he wakes up and the ship's computer, Holly, is trying to tell him that everybody's dead. And he's like, what? Even the captain? Even this person? Even that person? And he's like, yes, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave. And he's like, what? Even so-and-so? And he's like, yes, Dave. Everybody is dead, Dave. Like, he's just really trying to hammer in that everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody. And so, yeah, that's where my brain goes when that happens. Anyway. Oh my god, that's so sorry. I'm trying to read something. I also... Here's the problem. I need to shower. I've not even brushed my hair. Like, my hair's not that bad. It's not like I need to shower because, like, my hair's bad or anything. I've just not brushed my hair today because the thought of it makes me feel sick. Like, brushing my hair just cause movement. And I've literally plunked myself in the seat and not moved. Kay has brought me lunch and Red Bull, which is behind you. And I've literally not moved for hours because I'm in so much pain. And I just want to, like, I've got the heat on my heated blanket. I've taken my painkillers. I've taken extra painkillers. I am painkillered out. I've literally had all the painkillers I can have safely. And I'm still in a lot of pain. So I've not moved. And I need to take a shower because on the other end of it, I need to change my dressing because the nurse was closed yesterday because Easter. So I need to shower and put a dressing on myself. And because the dressing I've got on is an older dressing, like, I say older, it was done on Wednesday, it's now Saturday. Normally they get done Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, like, the Friday one goes to Monday. That's not a problem. So, like, Wednesday to Thursday to Friday to Saturday is not a problem. Like, that's how long it would be over the weekend. For some reason, it's just really painful. Like, I can tell the dressing needs changed because the area feels really painful. But it's been sore for a wee bit. And I just in agony. I feel like crap. It's one of those things where I feel like I'm in so much pain. I just want to cry. But I know that if I cry, it will hurt my ribs. So I'm just sort of sitting here dissociating. I did want to say though, I finished City of Bones yesterday. I can hear Hamish get a bath. He's getting a shower. And I can hear him try to run. Because he keeps going, stop. And he's obviously trying to run out of the shower. What was I saying? I finished City of Bones. Which is great because that's book one of my... Oh my god, that's so heavy. It's hurting my elbow. My little migraine buddy. That's why he's there. So City of Bones is not only my first book in April. That's 506 pages down in April. It's also the first book in my reread of the Shadowhunter Chronicles. So we're doing good. We're doing excellent. I don't want to edit today, and I've just remembered, but I don't know how I'll feel. See how I'll feel later. And I have started Unbound by Peyton Corinne. I am only 10 pages into this, which is the prologue and the first chapter. And I'm excited to read this. This is about Bennett, who is the goalie of the team and the best friend of the main character from the first one, Reese, and which is Unsteady, and then the second one's Unloved. So this follows Bennett, and Bennett has, does it say, I knew he had autism. I knew that he had autism from the first one that's mentioned, there's a moment in it where Reese goes back to the house, and like, I don't know, I can't remember if there's a reason, I can't remember why, and everybody's worried about him. I think he has one of his like moments because he's had a traumatic brain injury and has a lot of anxiety and stuff like that. And he comes back to the house, and all the other guys like hug him and stuff like that. And then, but he just sort of nods to Bennett because Bennett doesn't like to be touched. He doesn't really like to be touched, and it's explained from Reese's point of view, that is because of his, like, it's part of his, like, general personality with his autism, that he doesn't like to be touched. So it's not like, he's been diagnosed with autism. I knew that from the first one. But in this, it also says that he has OCD. So he has autism and OCD. Which, for a hockey goalie, just... I don't know if it makes it make more sense or less sense. Or not less sense, but, like... Hockey players in general, ice hockey players in general, are really superstitious. And they have, like, routines that they go through on game days, and socks that they'll wear, for example, and they'll wear them the whole way through their, like, lucky socks that they wear every single game. They don't wash them between. Like, hockey guy, like, there's this whole... Like, I've dated hockey guys. I have been a hockey fan for a lot of my life. I can tell you, like, you may think, like, hockey romances are, like, really, like, sexy and stuff like that, but hockey boys stink. They could peel, like, wallpaper off a wall. They could peel paint off a wall with the stink sometimes. But yeah, they have these routines. And goalies are the most superstitious. Like, it's well known that goalies are the most superstitious of all the hockey players. And Bennett is not only a goalie, like, he's a hockey player, he's a goalie, he's autistic, and he's got OCD. That would drive me mad. Like, the amount of, like, I was telling one of the guys at work the other day, because I was looking for a spoon to make my coffee with, and he was like, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, I just need to get the right spoon. And he was like, okay. And I was like, I've got this weird thing about the spoon. There's different spoons, and then there's one that's got, like, a line through it, and they're really strong spoons, so, like, I can smoosh a tea bag, and it doesn't bend the spoon, which, number one, that's what I'm looking for. I hate when spoons just bend in hot tea. That's just not it. I was like, but I've got this weird thing with my, like, anxiety, because I've been diagnosed with anxiety with obsessive compulsive tendencies, but not OCD. So, like, sometimes my anxiety will manifest in obsessive compulsive tendencies. So, like, I have, so with the spoon, I was saying to him, I get this intrusive thought that if I use the wrong spoon, so, like, there's different types of, not, like, one specific spoon, but, like, there's, like, 4 of these spoons, 4 of a different spoon, and 4, like, there's just random spoons. If I don't use one of the ones with the line on it to make my tea or coffee, something bad is going to happen. Like, somebody's going to die. And I remember we had friends coming up from Nottingham, Emma and John and Chester, and I used a different spoon, and the entire day I thought they were going to crash and die because I used the wrong spoon, which is unbelievably ridiculous. I understand logically, but intrusive thoughts don't care about that. So I was explaining this to him, and he was like, okay, good to know. Because he, like, and genuinely meant it. But yeah, so, like, I see Bennett in those sorts of ways. Like, but could you imagine having all of those things together? The superstition from just being a hockey player and a goalie, and then having autism, and having the rigidity of that, and then having OCD on top of that. That would be really difficult to deal with. I definitely would find it, I think, very difficult to deal with. He does have a service dog named Seven, which I watch a woman who has horses, and she had a foal that was born way too early. It should have been a miscarriage, but he survived, and they tried to do the best they could to keep him going. And a few months ago, they had to have him put down because he got to the stage where he was no longer functioning to a standard of living that they were hoping to keep him at. So it was more, it was kind of more humane to just call it then. And his name was Seven, because he was meant to be, I think, the 7th foal born that year. I think that's why they called him. But so I thought it said Stephen, and I was like, oh cool, his dog's name's Stephen. But no, his dog's name's Seven. I forget what I was talking about. Anyway, yeah, so I love Bennett. Paloma is newer to me. So you see Paloma in the other ones just as, like, I hated Paloma in the other books, which is partly why I love that she's used Paloma as the female main character for this book, because you see, I love this about characters and the way they think. It's the same with Torrin. In this series, we hate Torrin, and then we don't hate Torrin. But I love when authors are able to take characters you think one thing about, you think, like, rigidly one thing about, and then when you actually get into their heads and get into their story, you realise that persona that they put on is it's not them. It's not really them. And everybody's got this prejudice, and everybody's got these ideas about them, but they don't know the real person. And I love those kinds of stories. I love seeing the nuances and the fullness of characters, and I'm very excited. Paloma is known as like a party girl. She sleeps around. She's a total bitch in the other. I'm not gonna lie, she's awful in the other books. Not the worst. Like, she's not the one that tries to, shall we say, sexually assault the male main character in the first book and almost gets her ass handed to her by Sadie. That is not her. That is not Paloma. But Paloma is like well known for sleeping around and just being a party girl, getting drunk and this, that, and the next thing. But Bennett knows her outside of that. Knows her, I think, from before they went to college or before she became Paloma. Anyway, I'm going to go because that's Hamish coming out of his shower. Hello. It is later on Saturday. Technically, this has been really... I just need to... There we go. We'll just push that over there. Rude. Sorry about that. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, so technically it's Sunday. Just to prove what I was saying. As you can see, I still have not showered, and I'm still in pain. You may not be able... You probably can't see that, but you can infer from the fact that I have not showered yet, and then it's 1 a.m. and I'm still up. But yeah, I am in so much pain right now that the idea of going to bed, like, I can't sleep right now because I'm too sore. I've just taken an extra magnesium to see if it helps with the muscle pain. Because I have in my little pill bag, my little thing. I take magnesium. It's meant to be good for your muscle. It has actually really helped with my leg cramps. I used to get leg cramps almost every night. Like, not the, like, pull up tight sort of cramp, but just, like, I can't explain it, but, like, you know when something's sore and you keep having to, like, move it to try and find a comfy position? It was like that, and it stopped that. So, I don't care if it's a placebo. It's working, and that's all I care about. And, you know, I've read studies on magnesium and stuff like that. Like, it should actually be helping with certain issues I have. So, it's not going to harm me. And whether it's a placebo or not, it's helping. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm justifying it. I'm so used to having to, like, I just feel like I have to justify myself. Anyway, yeah, I've been reading today. I have been reading Unbound. I'm now 197 pages in. I always do, so this is like page 198, but the previous page is what I've read. And I've just felt like insulted on the behalf of a fictional service animal because he's noticed that his service animal, which helps deal with him, he's got autism and OCD, and it helps him with, like, his anxiety and stuff like that, along with but that's the point we're talking about just now. And he notices that the dog is also, like, does his sort of training the pressure, like, put his head and stuff on Paloma, as well as, like, him, and he's like, it must just be because he likes her, because she seems happy, so I'm assuming it's not anxiety. And I'm like, don't you dare question Seven's qualifications. He knows what he's doing. You're just not realising that she's got a lot more going on than you think. Because she pretends to be happy all the time. But yeah, I felt insulted on Seven's behalf. But yes, I am really enjoying this, as you can tell by the fact that I've got 200 pages through it. I would be a lot further through, but I have to keep adjusting how I'm sitting because I'm in so much pain. Like, my left hip is just the muscle around it's kind of tensed up, so it's threatening to pop out. I've got pain going up my shoulder and up my neck on this side. Like, I've done, like, I think I was lying for. I woke up this morning, like, I didn't get out of bed until after 12. Well, actually, my alarm, 12 o'clock alarm for my meds, woke me up at 12. I don't think my midnight one went off. I don't remember if my midnight alarm went off. My 12 o'clock alarm for my meds woke me up. That's what woke me up. It was like the back of 8, and Kay, I think must have been back at 8, 9 o'clock-ish, because Kay was going to Perth to pick up her car, because she had her car repaired. It was a recall issue with I was going to say sleeping bags, with the bags, the safety bags that go off, what are they called? Airbags. Oh my god. The airbags. There was like a general Citroen like issue, so it got recalled to be repaired. But when they went in, they broke something, like badly enough that they needed to replace the part. So because they broke it, they repaired it for free and gave her a courtesy car, so for free, as like a sorry, we broke part of your car sort of thing. So they thought it was going to take like longer because it's Easter weekend, but they managed to get it fixed the same day. But they phoned at like 5 o'clock and we were like at least 45 minutes away from Perth. I think I can't even remember how far, because we don't have a main road to get to Perth from here. You have to go up like back roads and stuff, or you have to drive to Dundee first and then go to Perth, or go to Stirling, go to Perth, which would probably be the long way round. Anywho, what was I saying? Yeah, so like Kay was leaving because she wanted to go up to Perth for like 10 o'clock. So it must have been around about 9-ish. I think it was like 8:45 or like sometime around there that she brought Hamish back up to bed. And I was not forgetting up because I had a rough night. Like I had one of those nights where like again at 3 o'clock in the morning I kind of like woke up, you know, when you're having a really vivid dream and you pull out of it and it's just like yeah. And I was in a lot of pain. Because the thing is, if I wake up and to move, I don't get a very good sleep because I am constantly up and down, up and down. But like last night, I KO'd around about midnight and didn't wake up until like 3. Didn't move the entire time. And I woke up on my, like, because I sleep on my side, and I was in agony. So I got up, went to the toilet, because I drink water through the night as well. TMI, sorry. Came back upstairs and had a kind of rough night until not great sleep until Kate like left, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up right now. So I thought I'll lie, I'll finish, I'll do my things that I need to do, because like I set up my Finch on my phone, I watched some TikToks in the morning, catch up with them, and then I turned over on my left side because I was feeling a bit sick as well, because I hadn't slept very well. And then I was like, did all that, put my phone down and thought, right, I'll just lie here for a little bit and see how I get on. So then my alarm wakes me up at like 12. And I again had, but by that point, again, I had really vivid dreams. But by that point, I'd had like a dead sleep for like nearly 3 hours. It was like 2.5 hours or something. And I was pain. I was just pain because I'd been in the same position. Like, you know, when you're not even like falling asleep, you are KO'ing, you are passing out, you are just into unconsciousness, like a dead weight. I didn't even hear, by the time I woke up, Kay had already come back. I didn't hear her come in the house. She came into the bedroom and woke Hamish up and took him downstairs, because she thought it would be, because sometimes if he hears you come in the door, he'll sit at the door, like hear someone come in the front door, he'll sit at the bedroom door and start whining. So she didn't want him to wake me up. So she came up to like open the door to let him out, and when she opened the door he wasn't there, and she stuck her head in and he was dead asleep. Like absolutely dead asleep. Because these days he is older, so he's starting to like sleep a lot more deeply, or I don't know if he's gone a little bit deaf, because like sometimes he doesn't seem to hear you. Like I feel bad because I feel like I'm shouting at him, but he doesn't. It's like he doesn't hear. I can't decide if he can't hear you until you raise your voice, or if he's pretending not to hear you until he realizes that, oh right, the raised voice means that I'm in a wee bit of trouble, like because I've not been listening. But I genuinely think he might just be going a wee bit deaf. But then again, there's sometimes you'll hear, like if I pick up his, so he's got a scoop that we use to measure his food, and it makes like a distinctive noise when I pick it up, because it like brushes the table, and it's like a hollow metal thing, so it makes a distinctive noise, and he'll hear that. It's not very loud. He will hear that with his back to me. Like, if he's curled up sleeping or just napping or just lying and he's not looking at me doing it, he still hears it. He'll wake up when he hears it and it's not loud. But then he'll ignore you when you say his name. Like, he just doesn't, until you get like, I'll be like, Hamish, Hamish, Hamish. And then he hears it and it's like, Kay's the same. Like, I have to say her name a few times when she's got her headphones on. And I know she's got her headphones on, like, but it's, honestly, the pair of them, they're going to do me in. Anyway, I forgot what the whole point of this was. I am human pain. I'm pain in human form. Yep. I can't sleep because I'm in too much pain. But I would like to be in bed because I feel like bed would be comfier than the seat I'm sitting on. Because, you know, when you just need a bit, I need to flip the cushions as well. So I'm a bit sore because it's not sturdy. I need to flip it and then I'll start, like, laying out. I'm almost 200 pages into this. I would be so much further, that was my point. I would be so much further into this if I wasn't in so much pain. But yeah, I slept poorly. And then woke up in pain. And I think it's the storm, but also, you know, EDS. So I've had painkillers. I've had magnesium. I've had 2 of these today. 2 of these. And my tea that I've been drinking all day. And that's all I've had. Oh, and a Red Bull. A big Red Bull. I'm going to stop rambling, at least rambling to you and go back to reading my book. Hello. It's Sunday. And I just finished Unbound. This isn't even for the human characters. That's ridiculous. There's a dog in the series, and he's Bennett's dog, so you see him a lot more. He's called Seven. And there's a 10 years later epilogue in this. And like Betty gets him when he's in freshman year of college, like fully trained service dog. So he must be like 1 or 2, I would think. And then in the 10 years later, he's still there. And he's all grey. He's a black lab. And he's like grey muscle and everything. And that just set me off. It's like, yes, there are parts of like the human story that like caught me out as well. It got me as well, but old age dog just got me. I love this. I was so ready to commit murder reading this book. Like, jump into a book, find the character, and like just yep. Yeah, I love this. This was great. It's kind of like it's weird, it's like a step. I had to keep, this is the opposite of the problem that I usually have, where I'm reading adult books where they're in like their late 20s, early 30s, and I'm like, I needed to keep reminding myself that they were older. Whereas this, I had to keep reminding myself that they were younger. Because they're just so, not mature necessarily, but like, they deal with things they deal with a lot of adult things. Yeah, wow. This one has a lot of like trigger warnings and stuff like that in it as well. Like, for people especially, it says, she's got them at the front. There's a section where it's like, she even says like, if you feel trigger warnings or spoilers or do not need them, please skip to the next paragraph. And then, please skip to the next paragraph. And then explain that I think she, I personally, I don't think they are. Anyway, yeah, I love this. I don't know what I'm going to start next, but I'm going to have a break because I need to deal with this scenario. I also need to shower Case home from work, so I need to jump in the shower so I can get my dressing changed. Hello, as you can see, I have showered, and oh my god, that grey hair is those grey. Oh, do you see those shiny hairs? Those are grey hairs. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's fine. That's the only place I've got grey hair. I don't have any, like, anywhere else in my head. Just right here. I don't know why. Hopefully I get, like, a cool streak. That would be cool. Like, if I just got, like, a single, like, a streak just here. Anyway, what was I here to say? It's Sunday. I'm here to close off the vlog. As you saw earlier, I finished Unbound. I've also edited and posted a video, which I'm now only 5 videos behind. So the one I just posted is for the first week of March. It's now the first week. No, that's a lie. It's now like this. Oh, it's the first week of April. It's the 5th of April. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a month behind. I've got the other vlogs for March and my April. No, a March wrap up. I can't do months. Okay. I don't know months. But yes, I finished Unbound, as you saw earlier, with the tears. And I have actually started Altogether Dead. I did not plan on starting another book tonight, but I just really wanted to start this book, and I am so glad I did. I think, I don't know. I always say the book with Amnesia Eric is my favourite, but I'm so excited. Just that I've only read the first chapter. I'm only 20 pages into this, and I am buzzing. I love this series, like especially the further in you get. I just love it. Like, I love this. This is where they go to a vampire summit, but it's post Katrina. Like, Katrina has just happened, and so the Louisiana vampires are going in, whereas they would have been in a position of power. They're now going in a much weaker position. So things are a lot more dangerous for them. There's a lot more going on. I love this book. I honestly love this series. I forgot how much I love this series. Yeah, I love these characters. I love the intricacy of it all. Like, I love Suki's little random thoughts. Like, there's a bit where one of the vampires questions one of the higher ranking vampires, and by higher ranking, I mean like higher ranking. And Suki in her head's like, oh, so he's suicidal. Okay. It's like, okay, so that's where we are. You want to die because you don't question the Queen's second in command. Like, that's not how it works. Yeah, I just love all the little, like, offhand thoughts that you get in Suki's mind. I swear there's a feather. Well, I don't know if there's a feather, but like the last time I had an itchy bit that I couldn't work out, like something that kept scratching me, it turns out it was a feather stuck in my clothes, and the cushions that Kay's got on her seat, they wear the cushions for this chair, but they have feathers in them, and I am allergic to feathers, so I had them like just shoved up here, because I don't use them, and Kay decided to use them one time when she had a sore back, and now it's comfier, so she leaves them on her chair with a blanket over them. But the feathers do poke out, even though they're not meant to, and they seem to sometimes get caught in my clothes, and then I get a reaction to the feathers. Like, it looks like I've been bitten by something, and I know I've not been bitten by something. I think it's just, I think I've been poked by a feather. So we shall see that, and I keep scratching it, so. But there's nothing currently, and like there's nothing that could bite me. Like, this, I don't think spiders in the UK have like sharp enough teeth or big enough teeth to bite you, and I would notice if there'd been a big spider on me. We don't have any midges right now, we don't have any flies or anything right now, so I think it's only been since I put my clothes on, and it keeps getting, like, I keep feeling it, so I think there's maybe a feather stuck in a seam, and I've just not been able to find it yet, because that's what it was last time. Anyway, I'm talking nonsense. I'm here to close off the vlog. If you want to let me know what you were here but you don't want to leave a comment, if you leave me a pen emoji or like something to do with writing or poetry for Unbound. I love this book, I really, really did, as you obviously saw. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!